Reflections of fear. They say you shouldn't make eye contact with your own reflection in an elevator's mirrored walls, but I always assumed that was just superstition, until Tuesday night. I pressed the button for my floor like always, but the elevator slid past it, the panel's numbers flickering erratically before landing on a floor labeled 13A, floor I'd never seen. Not on the building directory, not on the leasing map. The doors hissed open, spilling out a harsh, artificial light, and a wave of cold air prickled my skin. Something told me to stay put, but a voice, my own voice, somehow echoing from the hallway, whispered my name. The corridor stretched impossibly long, lined with doors that all bore my apartment number. Heart pounding, I stepped out, drawn by the uncanny familiarity. As I walked, the air thickened, the hum of fluorescent lights warping into the distant sound of sobbing, my own, I realized, for nights I thought I'd spent alone. I reached for the nearest door, fingers trembling, and it swung open before I touched it. Inside was my living room, perfectly replicated, but the windows looked out onto a black, swirling void instead of the city. I stumbled backwards, only to collide with another me, identical in every way, but her eyes were hollow, her expression twisted into a silent scream. She lunged, mouthing words I couldn't hear, and suddenly dozens of doors slammed open along the hallway, each revealing a different version of myself, angry, weeping, rotting, grinning. The air buzzed with static as they all turned toward me, advancing in an unnatural, synchronized march. Desperate, I darted back toward the elevator, barely slipping inside as the doors began to close. The panel's numbers spun like a slot machine, and I slammed the close button, breath ragged. As the elevator finally jerked upward, I caught my reflection in the mirrored wall, except it wasn't me anymore. She smiled, her lips stretching wider than humanly possible, and whispered, "Next time, you'll stay." Now, every time I step into the elevator, I wonder if I'll come back, or if I'll become just another door in that endless, impossible hallway.